Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. The wealth derived from singing God's name is the influence of the higher energies in nature on one's life. Bhajans must spread goodwill, love and ecstasy. It must clean the polluted atmosphere. It must indeed invite all to share in the joy and peace of God's consciousness. It is a great delight to team up with Sri Devendra Puran in this album of bhajans. We dedicate all these beautiful songs to the President and people of Guyana. We pray for peace, prosperity and harmony for all. Jai Shri Ram. Where is God? How often do we hear this question? The answer we find in this song is, tell me where he is not. Kahan nahi Ram hai. He is in the bud of the flower, the rays of the sun. He is on the earth, in the skies, in the musical instruments. Indeed, he is everywhere. Not only is he omnipresent, but also his power is seen everywhere. He puts a halt to the hurricanes and reduces huge mountains to dust particles. Rocks become colorful flowers, and liberation is his gift to the soul. In a split second, his grace brings all success. कलियों में राम मेरा, किरणों में राम है।
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 धरती गगन में मेरे प्रभु जी का धाम है।
कहाँ नहीं राम है। कलियों में राम मेरा, किरणों में राम है। धरती गगन में मेरे प्रभु जी का नाम है। कहाँ नहीं राम है।
प्रभु तू ही धूप छाया, प्रभु तू ही चांदनी।
प्रभु तू ही धूप छाया, प्रभु तू ही चांदनी।
लहरों के बीना में है प्रभु जी की रागनी।
लहरों के बीना में है प्रभु जी की रागनी।
कहाँ नहीं लिखा मेरे रघुवर का नाम है।
कहाँ नहीं लिखा मेरे रघुवर का नाम है।
धरती गगन में मेरे प्रभु जी का धाम है।
कहाँ नहीं राम है। कलियों में राम मेरा, किरणों में राम है। धरती गगन में मेरे प्रभु जी का नाम है। कहाँ नहीं राम है।
वही फूल फूल में है, वही पात पात में।
वही फूल फूल में है, वही पात पात में।
रहता है राम मेरा, सब ही की साथ है।
रहता है राम मेरा, सब ही के साथ है।
मेरा रोम रोम जिसको करता प्रणाम है।
मेरा रोम रोम जिसको करता प्रणाम है।
धरती गगन में मेरे प्रभु जी का धाम है।
कहाँ नहीं राम है। कलियों में राम मेरा,
चाल पवन की रुक जाए,
चाल पवन की रुक जाए।
वो चाहे तू पल भर में तू ऊंचा पर्वत झुक जाए,
ऊंचा पर्वत झुक जाए।
उसकी दया से पत्थर में भी फूल रंगीला खिल जाए, वो चाहे तू पत फूले को राह मुक्ति के मिल जाए। उसकी दया से पल का सब ही का काम है,
उसकी दया से पल का सब ही का काम है।
धरती गगन में मेरे प्रभु जी का धाम है।
कहाँ नहीं राम है,
कलियों में राम मेरा, किरणों में राम है। धरती गगन में मेरे प्रभु जी का धाम है। कहाँ नहीं राम है, कलियों में राम मेरा, किरणों में राम है। धरती गगन में मेरे प्रभु जी का धाम है। कहाँ नहीं राम है, कहाँ नहीं राम है, कहाँ नहीं राम है। The Srimad Bhagavatam is replete with sweet and interesting stories of Krishna's life as a little child. Everyone delights in listening to the description he gets as a Makhan Chor, the butter thief. In this song, the Lord defends himself, saying, "Main nahi makhan khayo." If at all he stole butter, he left traces so that he can easily be caught. Is this a deliberate act to bring the devotees to find the Lord?
मैया मोरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो, मैया मोरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो। कहत सुनत में आकर काहे झूठा दोष लगायो री मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो, मैया मोरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो। यमुना के तट पर बाल बाल संग चार पहर में छोरा हो गैया चरावत बंसी बजावत भाई सांझ की देरा। भूख लगी तो दौरत दौरत सीधा मैं घर आयो री मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो, मैया मोरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो। अपने अंग को कैसे समझा तूने आज परायोरी मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो मैया मोरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो बाबा नंद कलाला काहे छोर कहाओ हो अपने घर में कौन कमी जो बाहर माखन खाओ बात सुनी तो मात यशोदा हंस कर कंत लगायो फिर बोली तू नहीं माखन खायो गोविंदा मोरे तू नहीं माखन खायो रे कृष्णा मोरे तू नहीं माखन खायो
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं Tell me, Lord, without you what can I do? Should I leave your shelter, then where to do I go? Being aware of your powers, I am riddled with difficulties to worship you. The moon gives off your light, and your stars illumine the world. Can my little diya make a difference? You reside in every bud, and each flower reflects your beauty. Please dwell in my heart and convert it to the best of the mandirs. Nature sings your glory. The birds, insects, and animals contribute to the divine sounds of the atmosphere. Can my kirtan really make a difference? मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं
तेरी शरण को छोड़ कर जग की शरण को क्या करूं
तेरी शरण को छोड़ कर जग की शरण को क्या करूं
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं। चंद्रमा बन के आप ही तारों में जगमगा रहे।
चंद्रमा बनके आप ही तारों में जगमगा रहे।
तेरी चमक के सामने दीपक जला के क्या करूं।
तेरी चमक के सामने दीपक जला के क्या करूं।
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं।
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं।
कलियों में बस रहे हो तुम, फूलों में हंस रहे हो तुम।
कलियों में बस रहे हो तुम, फूलों में हंस रहे हो तुम।
मेरे तो मन में वो बसे, मंदिर में जाके क्या करूं।
मेरे तो मन में वो बसे, मंदिर में जाके क्या करूं।
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं।
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं।
बन के भ्रमर में आप ही फूलों में गुनगुना रहे।
बनके भ्रमर में आप ही फूलों में गुनगुना रहे।
सुंदर संगीत के सामने कीर्तन सुना के क्या करूं।
सुंदर संगीत के सामने कीर्तन सुना के क्या करूं।
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं।
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं।
बादल में बन के इंद्रधनु खुद ही जगत सजा रहे।
बादल में बन के इंद्रधनु खुद ही जगत सजा रहे।
चंदन अबीर होलिका तुझ पर चढ़ा के क्या करूं।
चंदन अबीर होलिका तुझ पर चढ़ा के क्या करूं।
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं।
मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं। मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं। तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं। तेरे सिवा मैं क्या करूं।
The world presents two unique pictures, one of sadness and the other of happiness. Our actions, thoughts and behavior bind us to either the path of flowers or to that of thorns. Be cautious for the best results. Be simple, be a sample, and be an example.
सुख और दुख इस दुनिया में तकदीर में बातें हैं। एक दामन में फूल भरे हैं, एक में कांटे हैं। हो एक में कांटे हैं। जो पापी का नाश करे हो, अपराधी कहलाए। लेकिन ये तकदीर का लिखा कोई बदल ना पाए। जबकि खुद इंसाफ का मालिक देख के चुप रह जाए। हो सुख और दुख इस दुनिया में तकदीर में बातें हैं। एक दामन में फूल भरे हैं, एक में कांटे हैं। रोना इसका देख रहा है, तुम इंसाफ के वाली। अपने लहू से की थी इसमें बगिया की रखवाली। आग लगा दी इस दुनिया ने, जल गई सब हरियाली। हो सुख और दुख इस दुनिया में तकदीर में बातें हैं। एक दामन में फूल भरे हैं, एक में कांटे हैं। हो एक में कांटे हैं।
Can we pray for each other? Of course we can. Our scriptures provide many examples of such intercessive prayers. Nahi chahiye rang mahal na, dhan daulat. I do not pray to possess a palace and wealth in abundance, O Lord. I desire the treasure of contentment for myself, and for each home happiness and peace at all times. You have given in excess of our expectation, O Lord. Forever we are indebted to you. So compassionately you transform all unpleasantness to joy and happiness.
नहीं चाहिए रंग महल ना धन दौलत की शान, हम तो मांगे तुझसे मालिक एक संतोष का दान, कि घर घर में खुशहाली हो, सदा सुख की हरियाली हो। नहीं चाहिए रंग महल ना धन दौलत की शान, हम तो मांगे तुझसे मालिक एक संतोष का दान। हमको जन्म दिया है तू ही पालनहार, तेरी दया से फूले फले हम सबका घर संसार।
तूने हमको जन्म दिया है तू ही पालनहार, तेरी दया से फूले फले हम सबका घर संसार।
नहीं चाहिए हीरे मोती, नहीं चाहिए हीरे मोती ना रत्नों की खान, हम तो मांगे तुझसे मालिक एक संतोष का दान। सुख के बदले दुख देने की अगर भावना तेरी, दुख को सहने की शक्ति दे यही प्रार्थना मेरी।
सुख के बदले दुख देने की अगर भावना तेरी, दुख को सहने की शक्ति दे यही प्रार्थना मेरी।
किसी के आगे हाथ न फैलाए, अपनी मेहनत का सुख पाए इतना दे वरदान। हम तो मांगे तुझसे मालिक एक संतोष का दान, कि घर घर में खुशहाली हो, सदा सुख की हरियाली हो। नहीं चाहिए रंग महल ना धन दौलत की शान, हम तो
ॐ प्रातस्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वं सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयम् यत्स्वप्नजागरत् सुषुप्तिमवैति नित्यम् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्गः। हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओं। Namaskar. Assalamu alaikum, Sitaram. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, my dear brothers and sisters. This is your friend and brother, Acharya Arun Gossai, coming to you live once again from New York City on another segment of Avenues to Peace, a program where we're analyzing the various means, the various methodologies, and the various formulae for achieving the everlasting happiness and bliss that we're looking for in this world. A special thank you to my brother Roshanji and his entire team at Abitunes Radio for making today's program live on abitunes.com, live on Abitunes Facebook Live, and of course, Bhuvaneshwar Mandir Facebook Live as well. My dear brothers and sisters, today is the 8th of January 2024. The new year is approximately 8 days old. And in our thinking of resolutions, New Year's resolutions we call them, we have to begin to ascertain the fact that unless the New Year's resolution, a promise that you make to yourself, a sankalpa that you make to yourself, is of the noble and selfless nature, chances are that the resolution will never bring fulfillment. January 8th is usually the time where when we have thought up our resolutions in the month of December of the year that's gone by. We usually around this time tend to wean away from those resolutions. As a matter of fact, we make these promises to ourselves. For some, it would be to be a better person. For some, it may be to be kinder. For some, it may be to be more studious. For some, it may be to be a better husband, a better wife, a better child, a better employee. Whatever the case may be, these are all good. But the greatest resolution or promise or sankalp that we can make to ourselves is that we must, my dear brothers and sisters, begin to transform. Transform from restlessness into restfulness. Transform into inner anarchy to a divine sense of peace that can only be felt within. Transform from Ashanti to Shanti. Ashanti, a mind that has no peace, to a mind that is full of peace. And if this can be done now, more than later, my dear brothers and sisters, we would indeed have enjoyed every moment of this human birth. But sad to say, we go through our lives the same way, making the resolutions, but some of them are just of a selfish nature, having only to do with myself. But if we can make the resolution in such a way where it not only impacts me, but it impacts the world around me in a positive way, those resolutions, the Lord Himself will help you fulfill. Yoga Kshemam Mahamyaham, says Bhagavan. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, as long as your thoughts are noble, your ideal, your endeavor is noble, you will indeed, my dear brothers and sisters, find an inner bliss, and that Lord will allow you to keep it and allow you to nourish others with it as well. So, in this way, my dear brothers and sisters, we have a lot of work to do, I think, as not only Hindus, but people throughout the world, in finding the greatest thing that we want, the greatest happiness that we want, the greatest wealth that we want, which is none other than peace of mind. So, in this way, we continue our look at the wonderful pages of Lord Adi Shankaracharya ji in Bhaja Govindam, as he says, Ratyachar ve virachita kanta punya vivarchita pantha yogi yoga niyojita chitta ramate balon mattavadeva bhaja govindam bhaja govindam govindam bhaja Muramate. Govindam Bhaja Muramate. The great sage Adi Shankaracharya is a great philosopher, the great poet. He says, seek the Lord. Do not waste time, foolish person. Fool, why? Because we're going into the same traps every year. We make the resolution to be something different. And then by the 8th, 15th of January, those things are on the wayside as we start to prepare for tax season as school starts again. We get trapped in the same wheel. Puranapi Mararam, Puranapi Jaranam, Puranapi Jaranam, Puranapi Mararam. Again and again, Punaha Api Jaranam, Puna Api Maranam. We're born, we die. But the birth and death is not only the physical body, it is the situations in life. Again, the new year comes, again it goes. And we're stuck in this wheel, this chakra of comings and goings in life. But how should we be? The Adi Shankaracharya ji, after saying very carefully that to avoid this wheel of birth and death, one should just worship the Lord within, finding that inner peace. Reading just a little bit of the Bhagavad Gita will allow you to wash the mind and quench the thirst of the soul. And then when you pray and do Archana, prayer, puja to Murari, Murari being Bhagavan Krishna, oneness with the Lord, that is true devotion, Tatparaha. Oneness with God. And if we could find that we're not the body and mind, but we're that inner bliss, that is when we go beyond what is called punya vivarchita pantaha. We walk the path of going beyond punya and pap. You see, throughout our entire life, we're concerned with how much pap we're accumulating. Papa means sin. And not only that, how much punya? How much punya? How many merits? How many good works have we done in the world, and we start to collect them? We shouldn't do good work for collection of anything else but what? Supreme consciousness. To allow ourselves to be one with that. Going beyond Pap and Punya means, my dear brothers and sisters, that upon being one with that inner self, you would have transcended the soul. The soul is what holds these sanchita, punya and pap account. The total, sum total, the aggregate of all punya and pap that one would have accumulated throughout birth after birth after birth. But when one goes beyond that, what are they saying? That I'm not the body. The body is just a vehicle. I'm not the mind and intellect, which is the soul that has 15 other parts along with it, of which my karmas are attached to. So if I can be the witness of all of this, while I see the world, while I interact with the world, I am not part of it. Meaning there's no ownership in me. The things that I have, no matter how little, how much, I don't own them. They're lent to me by the Ishvara that governs this Maya Prapancha. The God that governs this world that we see, these things were lent to me. Children, homes, cars, whatever you have attachment to, what is called mamta, minus. My dear brothers and sisters, once that attachment is strong, a rebirth is guaranteed. But to the one who walks the path of spirituality, meaning that they know that these belongings are not theirs, they're only lent to them for a while. And we're all actors on a stage of a drama that lasts for only 2 days. If we could have this sort of thinking in our minds, my dear brothers and sisters, we would be the status of the yogi. The yogi means yuj. Yuj, someone who is attached, not to the material world, but attached to the spiritual world. Spiritual world, someone who is one with the higher self. Someone who witnesses what they have rather than clamors for what they don't have. Someone who loves all, not conditionally, but unconditionally. Such a person exists at a space that's higher, a space that's divine, a space that's beyond body and mind, a space, my dear brothers and sisters, that's beyond punya and pap, beyond merit, beyond the positive results of actions, and beyond the negative results of actions that are attached to one's soul. One becomes the witness to the soul, knows him or herself not to be, not even a gender, not to be a body, not to be a mind, but just peace and existence. So in this way, if we can get to that level, why does Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji tell us that the yogi may wear tattered clothes, he's beyond merit, demerit, he is one with the goal, which is knowing your true self? Because Adi Shankaracharya ji, Lord Shiva, wants us all to be that. Then we continue, verse number 23. Kastvam koham kuta ayatah kame janani ko me tatah iti paribhavaya sarvam saram vishwam tyaktva swapna vicharam bhaj govindam govindam bhaj mudamate govindam bhaj mudamate. O fool, continue to seek the Lord. Do not waste time, says Lord Shiva. Not me. Don't think I'm calling anybody a fool. It says it right here. Bhaja Govinda means seek the God, seek Lord, seek inner happiness, seek that inner self, know thyself. And then Mudamate means foolish-minded individual who is attached to the world. Come back to the true goal of human life. Adi Shankaracharya says, Kaha Tvam Kaha Aham. Who are you and who am I? Then, what does he say? Kutaha ayataha. Kutaha ayataha means, from where did I come? So these are three questions that we have to ask ourselves. Who are you? Who am I? And where did I come from? But there is another question. Mai kaun hu? Who am I? Main kahan se aaya? Where have I come from? Main kahan ja raha hu? Where am I going in life? So we know the questions to who am I? Yes, you may know yourself to be your name and your form. Then where have I come from? I've come from a specific place. But the third question, where am I going? Adi Shankaracharya ji lists where have I come from? But we have to know where we're going. Why have we been born? You've been born in a specific place to a specific family. That is due to karma. Again, you were born because of karma. The reason why you were born is because you had unfinished business in the world in the last birth. And more than that, your mind was actually attached to something or someone in the last life, warranting a rebirth. But Adi Shankaracharya is asking us these questions. Who are you? Who am I? Where did I come from? Allowing us to ask ourselves these questions. Meaning what? That in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of the soul, that now we're looking at the Jivatma now. Now, the Jivatma, the soul, the mind and intellect, has been here before, again and again. It houses your personality. It houses how nice you are, how kind you are. But one must ask themselves, who really are you? If you call yourself a name in this birth, what was your name in the last birth? And if there's another birth, what will be your name then? So which is your true name? Then who am I? Who are you? Same thing you have to ask yourself. Where did we come from? Okay, we've all come from the womb of our mother, but where have we come from? What is the source of all of us? Who is my mother? Who is my father? In this realm of the Jivatma again, who is mother? Who is father? Meaning what? How many times before have we had a mother? How many times before have we had a father? Which one is the real mother and father of the soul? Then, inquiring thus, leaving aside the entire world of experience with the Vishwam, essenceless and a mere dreamland born of imagination is this world. So what is something that doesn't have an essence? Something that doesn't have an essence is something that doesn't have a base. So if you continuously are born only to die, and the soul now goes again and again, and you're born in another body, and you have another father, another mother, 100 years later, the same thing, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. 100 years later, the same exact thing happens, my dear brothers and sisters. Then tell me this, which one of them is your true parents? Which one of them is the true situation? All of them, my dear brothers and sisters, are in the realm of dream. So in this way, one must ask themselves, if I am who I am in this birth, what was I in the last birth? Then the main question here is, from where did I come? From where did I come? I've come from consciousness. Where am I going? I'm going back to consciousness. I've come from the source that is unseen, that is one without a second, that is forever, Ananta, where the entire world is coming and going, even this body, even the soul, always transmigrating, coming and going. Nothing is forever. I've come from a permanent source. I'm existing in this dreamlike world, and one day I will go back to that source. But the only way you can go back to that source is through knowledge. You've come from that. We get trapped in this pseudo-reality called a virtual reality, where we think that the things that we're seeing is real, but it can't be real because it's temporary. Number one. Number two, it can't be real because it's a mental projection, just like the dream. Dreams are not real. What makes you think this is real? It's happening in the same space. Through knowledge, one becomes awakened, my dear brothers and sisters. What is called woke to the truth. What is the truth? That you're not the body and mind, but you're that peace within. Next verse. Tvai Acharya Treko Vishnu Vyartam Vishnu Vyartam Gopyasi Maya Shishnu Bhava Samachitta Sarvatratvam Vajasya Chiradyadi Vishnu Tvam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Moramate. Now we go through these words word by word. Vyartham means unnecessarily. Kopyasi means you are getting angry. Mai, with me. Asishnuhu, being impatient. Asishnuhu means to be impatient. Bhava, become. Samachitaha, equal-minded. Sarvatra, everywhere in all circumstances. Tvam, you. Vanchasi, yadi, if you want. Achirat, soon. Vishnu Tvam, the Lord Vishnu status. Bhaja, seek Govinda. In you, in me, and in all other places, there is but the all-pervading Lord Vishnu. Being impatient, you are unnecessarily getting angry. If you want to attain soon the Vishnu status, be equal-minded in all situations. So Adi Shankaracharya is giving us the formula of how to gain the status of Lord Vishnu. Gain the status of Lord Vishnu, not that you're going to call yourself Vishnu or you're going to be the creator, the sustainer of the world. But Vishnu is another word for the all-pervasive consciousness. Knowing yourself to be the higher self. Knowing yourself to be the higher self that pervades everything, as said in this verse. In you, in me, in all places. Space. It is pervading everything. It is pervading a house. It is pervading the pot. It is pervading the pot maker. Everything has space in it. And what happens when you put up a wall? You call this particular room the living room. You call this particular space the bedroom. You call this particular space the kitchen, the rasoi. You call this particular space the attic. You call this specific space the backyard. But it is only called a certain name when there's a division. Similarly, this body that we have is called the conditioning, an upadi. Upadi means a conditioning, something that conditions something. And the conditioned consciousness is mind and body. You can see it, you can feel it, you can touch it. But this conditioning is not forever. You have an empty land with just trees, let's say, or nothing, just space. And then you start to erect a building, you start to build a house, you start to build a farm, barn, you start to build a school. All of these different things now are different modifications of that what? Of that land. So from that one land, we've actually been able to modify it in such a way where we took the same earth and we built buildings. That's one example. But the space that was on that land, that was pristine, that was free, now has become conditioned. The upadi, being the building, has conditioned the space. So in our way, my dear brothers and sisters, the all-pervasive Paramatma that is just free, one without a second, it is lighter than air, it is unseen, indivisible rather. In our lives, it has become conditioned as Vishnu, as thought, as body. All of these things have conditioned consciousness. Conditioned consciousness means consciousness has become limited to the body. That is where we get the term Atman. Atman means a conditioned consciousness, meaning that there is a power within me that allows me to see and blink, and that is my true self. But in reality, Brahman, which is the free Atman, that is not conditioned by the body, it is free. It is only one without a second. That is you. Beyond this illusion, beyond this world of coming and going, that is the truth. Adi Shankaracharya is saying, in order to know this, you will have to be samatva. Samatva means balanced in all situations. Samachitaha is called in this verse, where sama means the same, chittaha means the mind, same in all situations. Meaning that whether friend or enemy comes in front of you, you're the same. Whether things that you like come in front of you, things that you don't like come in front of you, you're the same. Whether fear comes in front of you, a fearful situation or a happy situation, you're the same. Nothing can throw the Jivan Mukta Purusha, or the person who's enjoying mukti. Mukti means realization of the self, freedom. When he knows himself to be the unconditioned consciousness in the realm of conditioned consciousness, when he could know himself to be the one truth in the midst of all the things that you see that are simply apparitions, appearances in one's mind, when you can know yourself to be that, you would have definitely reached the goal of human life. So more about the conditioned consciousness versus unconditioned consciousness, more about the truth versus what is not real, more about your true self and where you've come from and what the goal is of human life, we're going to see. Tonight, an invitation once again to Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, where we'll be doing the Shiv Puran, readings from the Shiva Mahapuran tonight, coupled with Shiva Puja and bhajans. Bhajans to none other than Mahadev. And if we, my dear brothers and sisters, can sing collectively to the Lord, do his puja, and listen to the Puran, Shiv Puran, the Shiva Mahapuran, you would have been able and adept to make the most of this week. So an invitation is to all of you for this today, the 8th of January 2024, tonight at Bhuvaneshwar, 5:30 to 8 p.m. Bring your friends, bring your family to enjoy an evening of bhajans, of readings from the Shiva Mahapuran and Shiva Puja. So God bless all of you. For more information on what we do at Bhuvaneshwar, please visit the website bmny.org. God bless all of you. This is your friend and brother, Acharya Arun Gossai, signing off for now. Jai Shri Ram.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुखर सुधार बरणो रघुबर विमल यशो जो दायक
बुद्धहीन तन जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या दे मोही हरहु कलेश विकार।
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमट निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय।
लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई। सहस वदन तुम्हरो यश गावे, अस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा, नारद शारद सहित अहीशा।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय।
यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाँ ते, कभी को विध के सकर कहाँ ते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाई राज पर दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्त्र योजन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानु।
ओ जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम।
प्रभु मुद्रिका मिली मुख अचरज नाही, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगमय अनुग्रह तुम्हारे देते। राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक कहो को डरना।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम।
आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरहि सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम।
सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम।
अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम।
और देवता जितना धरई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई। सा